Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's pod racing circuit. Today we are on Oovo IV racing the course known as the Gauntlet, with Gauntlet as the track favorite. We've already watched him, but this week we are in fact watching Slide Pyramida, who was the track favorite for the first course of the Invitational, where the courses are harder, where they are longer, where they are far more terrifying. He is used to an ice planet, he is used to blocks, he is used to a rural, urban environment, but here he is now on an anti-grav prison planet where the courses are laid out by the wardens. So of course the wardens, who are used to prisoners, they are going to make the course very difficult, very tricky, and of course very twisty and difficult for anyone who wants to actually race the course. This is why we watch the racers rather than race ourselves. Here we have Slide Pyramida already off the bat, already in first off that first lap. He is coming careening around the corners. We know this portion of the section from previous races on this planet. Again, Slide Pyramida has already crashed. He is now on the rebound. He did not let that crash manage to let someone else take the lead. Oh, we can see him bouncing off the walls. He is a very straight-laced, very straightforward racer. Again, as we know from Anakin Skywalker, his course tended to be a little less twisty, and he's going for a shark. Oh, here we have the gas pockets of Tatooine. Oh, and Slide Pyramida, unused to this place, has already caught fire on his engine. He's managed to repair it. He's okay. He's still in first. Holdfast is in third, with, of course, Gauntlet in second. That's a very tight-knit forward group. Ooh, this is a very exciting course, folks. He's managing to squeeze right through those. It is, of course, the fastest way to go through them rather than around them or into them. Into is always the slowest course of action. But he is managing to go around them. He has gone up the upper course. He is now going down around them. He has managed to folks, he had a solid lead. He had a very solid lead, but of course, he managed to smash into the rocky boulders. He's not used to this much traction. He's not used to this responsiveness in his engines. And, he narrowly missed that, but he is now halfway through the first thing. Again, we can see in this course that there is an upper and lower section, but unlike most sections, there is not much difference between the upper and lower sections. They both come out the same section. Now, he is now entering the straightaway. He has a pretty quick engine, and here we go again. You can fall off into the abyss on the right. And this is a very narrow target, folks. We can see that Slide Pyramida has damaged his engines trying to get into that target. That target is actually remarkably small considering the speed that they are traveling at, the tightness of the turn, and the size of their pod racers. The smaller pod racers, such as Bullseye, Navarre, would be able to get into that a little bit more quickly, but of course we can see that overall he's not doing as well because he is in 11th. So, Slide Pyramida's engine, he is damaged on this course. Again, not used to it, so that damage to the engine is pulling him to the right. It smashed him into the right side, so of course he wasn't able to pull away, and it just causes more damage. But he is now folks, he was in the anti-grav. He is not used to anti-grav, unlike Gauntlet, who is now taking the lead. Gauntlet has reclaimed his rightful heir to the throne section of first place, and Holdfast is in third. He's trying to catch up to this lead. The Slide Pyramida has managed to capture first once again. Gauntlet's right on his tail. Holdfast is right on Gauntlet's tail. This is a very tightly knit group, folks. This is a very tightly knit group, not unlike when we watched Slide Pyramida on that first course. But of course, we have Holdfast in third. We have Slide Pyramida in first. And again, his engines are smashing up because, again, he's too used to no traction. So we can see him overcompensating. He is overcompensating for the course. The last time he tried to take a shortcut on this section, it didn't quite work out for him. He wound up exploding his... again! Second time round in a row. He is not used to it. You'd think the championship on Tatooine, the Bonta Eve Classic, would have taught him to avoid those flame jets. Didn't quite work out the way we would have thought, but again, the reaction time has to be so specific, so quick off the draw, that of course normal viewers such as ourselves probably would be dead a long, long time ago. But we can see that he went for the right instead of the middle this time, probably taking it a little more cautiously. But of course, even though he took it more cautiously, he smashed that right engine. We can see on the thing that his right engine isn't doing quite well, but he is not pulling in a specific direction right now, so that is still okay. He's still doing. Oh no, he's now shot. Oh, and of course his engine has just exploded. He went straight into the boulder. He is not doing well. This is not a good second lap, folks. This is not what we would call a good second lap. It is not what we would call a good lap. It is not what we would call good pod racing. But he is now in second. He is holding on to that group. Of course, we have Mars Goo now catching up to that leading group. This leading group is now 5 instead of the 3 it was before. That puts a lot of pressure on the competition. He is now in first, but he is slinging up the walls. Again, folks, this is a narrow target that they had to go around that corner down into the hole for. And of course, we saw how difficult that was for him when he went up the walls. He is now leading this first leader group, and of course we have Neva Key in 11th. We have someone else who I believe might be Juan Sandage in 12th. Of course, Neva Key is used to the Barunda planet, where it is grass, vines, all sorts of grand things. Barunda, which is where we will be in our next race. And of course, we have Sly Paramita smashing into these things. Again, the anti-gravity sections are not his strong suit. In fact, one might say they are his weakness, which of course telegraphs itself in that he is now 4th. Mars Goo having, oh, but he has managed to sneak ahead again. Again, these are very tight times, folks. These speeds are incredible. These times are very tight. Everything about this, just because one is in second, right this, oh, see? As I was in the middle of saying, just because one is in second, right this split millisecond, does not mean one will remain in second. Any myriad of things could go wrong. You could crash, you could smash, you could clash, I don't know, and you could wind up not being in the place that you once were. And of course, any weakness, any faulty wiring, any little cosmic thing could go wrong, and you would wind up way far behind, and everyone will take advantage of whatever happens. We can see Sly Paramita is actually taking the shortcuts on the inside of all these curves rather than the outside, which means he has since, in his previous 2 laps, learned where the flame jets are. He's learned where the curves turn to, and now he knows, oh, he tried to take a little bit of a right there, not sure what that was about, but he had learned which direction the course went, which of course means that he can then take the shortcut. The shortcuts, of course, don't provide nearly as much speed as being actually on the course, but it was a calculated risk, and of course Sly Paramita, again, unused to this kind of environment, has smashed up his left engine instead of his right, and it is now pulling, and if he does not deal with it, he will crash, but he is actually managing to use the repairing, which slows you down, to his advantage. Oh, well, he had been using it to his advantage to slow down and navigate those turns, but didn't quite do it quite enough. Smashed up. He is now in 8th, but they are only just past halfway. He is quick on the draw. He is, well, contrary to previous 2 laps, he seems to be a quick learner. So maybe he's doing pretty well now. He is now in 4th. He was in 9th. That is a very quick adjustment. That is a very quick he did well. Let's just put it at that, because I am at a loss for words right now. He is now in 4th. He is now in 3rd. He has gained so much. Oh, well, maybe not. He has gained so many places in so short a time, but that smash, he needs to keep aware of the fact that he is unfamiliar with this track. He needs to play it a little bit safer than he is. If he played it a little bit safer, maybe he would be able to gain a little bit more, do a little bit less crashing, gain a few more places, and let everyone else crash in his stead. Again, folks, he is not playing it safe. He's playing a little bit roughshod with this final lap. He's so hungry for it, folks. He's so hungry that he's just running helter-skelter with it. Alderbito's going to take 5th. He is going to take 6th, and Fudsang is going to take 7th. Well, folks, there you have it. We watched Sly Paramita go from 1st and 2nd leader of the front pack in those first 2 laps to 6th overall. Well, it was a good race. Always a fun time. Join us next week in our final Invitational. Yes, there are only 4 in the final Invitational rather than the usual 6 or 7. Just because the Empire does seem to be catching on to our presence. But next week is the Inferno back on Barunda. You all know Barunda, you all love Barunda, and we get to watch the great Ben Quadaneros. He has 4 engines instead of 2. The beams cross, which is always an interesting perspective and proposition. I hope you will all join us next week for the final climax, and this truly is the final, as we are choosing to end it, not the Empire. Join us next week as we end the Invitational, the hardest of the hard, the quickest of the quick, the longest of the long. Good night, and good luck.